Today is December 11th, 2023. Oh, when I did those videos last night, boy oh boy, you should have heard the chaos outside. It was absolutely nuts. Nuts. Uh, People walk by. Some guys paying her to have people watch her. Didn't find out who it is. Seriously, find out who it is. Find out who it is. Seriously. Because the police watch me. And then other guys are like, other people have our tapes. They have our technology. They said she was trying to tell us what was going on. They're trying to act ignorant. That they just found out the case was hacked. Can you believe that one? That was rich. They're trying to act like they're slow. I was a school discussion in North Canton last year. All those bad things happened to me because that agent didn't help me. 5-year-olds know what's going on. They sold the login. Churches have it. Not just Faith Family. Woodlawn Church. St. Mary. Nurses at Altman and Mercy. Doctors. They have it across the nation. I can go in different states. It went viral on the web. Huh? The Fentanyl King, for we all work for the king from Texas. He's a drug lord. He sent his men here. Huh? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about that. He was U.S. military, and he went into dark web malware. Fentanyl King, one of the largest one in the United States. Hacking. This investigation was child's play. The photoshopping and washing. The date rape drug confessions had the M13 Florida group. That's where Pete's involved. The Gentleman's Club from Florida. The Henry Mafia. Michigan was drug traders. Buffalo, New York was drug traders. California was drug traders. North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia was drug traders. Georgia was human traffickers. They were all breaking their crimes in front of me and around me under police surveillance in a case. The police and marshals used this case to blow the hell out of it. Now, I will tell you what, there's an older man that showed up a couple months ago. And he showed up at Olive Garden in North Canton, walked out, okay? And he said something. He was in Alliance several times, okay? He was in Alliance several times. Okay. A week ago, Sunday, I was at Longhorn. Okay. He walks out and yells across the parking lot. It is what's going on. I found a tape of them saying they paid him off. It is what's going on. Men walk by. That guy has our technology. Well, he's not the only one, honey. He's not the only one. I go walk in the park. Teenagers in Louisville. Look, it's Karen's will. The FBI informant's here. And they'll say stuff. Old people. Little kids. I can go into Warren. People in Warren will say stuff. Ravenna. Around the courthouse. That's the one that King takes care of. For we all work for the King from Texas. There's a Fentanyl King. They got him. See what I mean? They're trying to claim they just found out they sold their technology. Are they slow? Especially up in Akron, it's either the Akron Coventry Police or it's the Summit County Sheriff's area. Because where I work in Akron off of 619, in that nice neighborhood, one of the officers were walking around the first week I was up there knocking on the door. We don't want you to say anything to her. Have you ever listened to Karen before? Yeah, I've listened to her. And they thought it was FBI agent John that the one that made fun of did it. Do you think it's that Agent John? And then they said his last name. Did she ever mention his last name? He said, yes, I've listened to her. Beginning of the case, I did. We think it's that FBI Agent John that did it. We thought maybe it was him. We tried to ask him questions today, won't answer us. But she did mention his name. He had a weird last name. And I did mention it several times in the case, in the 18 and 19. And it's on the recorded line. They thought it was John. So, and the Canton Police have talked to nurses in Mercy Medical. The Stark County Sheriffs have talked to people in Faith Family Church. North Canton, Jackson Police, Mercy Medical, Liberty House Share was talking to the main officers in front of people. CSC Bang, the Canton Police knew they were there. Some of the Canton Police helped watch. Stark County Sheriffs. I don't want to hear it. Liberty House Share, June of 19. Main cops were talking to North Canton Jackson Police in front of people. See, that's where. Don't any officer act like they don't know what's going on here. Don't trust them. Because then they're dirty. Because up in Medina, I went up there. One of the undercover police were up there. It is what's going on. Some guy told on her before. That's why they're still watching her. Well, they have to watch me. I'm in protect, like my friend from the prosecutor's office. You don't realize you're in the witness protection program. They can't let you go. It's illegal to Department of Justice to put them in jail. They can't withhold your money. They owe you for working the case, not blackmail money to keep quiet. An FBI agent tried it out of state last year of trying to tell an informant they couldn't say anything. They got an attorney who sued him. Guess what? The press ripped him a new one. They're only law enforcement. They don't have that authority. Like the prosecutor's office, like a criminal attorney. They don't have the authority to ask you to stay quiet. They're only police officers. It's a freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. It's not blackmail money. It's for working the case. That agent pulling a fast one because he's putting the money in his pocket. He's probably putting in a side account. And then dribbling it down himself. And like another officer said, if that's what's going on here, you're not his only victim. You're not the only case he's stealing from. And you're not the first one. They can't withhold your money. I've talked to other police officers. They can't. And they can't ask you to stay quiet. And so did the prosecutor's office. And so did an attorney. That's where last year the press was calling for them to be shut down if they ever think they can do that. They don't have that kind of authority. They're just higher police officers. See what I mean? Then they can't drop you, no matter what. See, that's where, to the point, what are they going to say? And who the fuck let Dave leave the United States? You do realize, and now it's coming down to this. I went over last night after I did my tape of how I was sick, how I got well, and how I was falsely diagnosed in between, and how sick I got. And then how long it took me to get well. People drove by screaming, don't say a word. Because it's documented medical malpractice. Documented medication errors. And it's not even funny what I went through. And, okay, then you go into the money disappearing from the safe, and jump ahead to after, the medication errors and all that stuff in 2002, and then 2002 to 2003, me getting well. Then if you go into 2017, where the money disappeared from the safe, and then the attempts on my life, then going up there, and then someone kicking in our door while we're out, and then I'm waking up with the bruises, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, and a severe infection. And I thought I had cancer. I thought the well water was eating my skin. Getting sick on Diet Cokes or coffee with creamer in it. And we're using bottled well water, bottled water from the store to cook and drink. But I thought just washing in it was making me, even making me sick. Showing up with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, muscle pain. I'm going to the doctor. I don't know what's wrong with me. I never seen anybody, never talked to anybody waking up like that. A serial rapist preying on me like that, and people aren't horrified and roofing me where you're sleepwalking and telling me to say stuff. People have laughed in my face. They've drugged you and told you the wrong nightgown about line. They've drugged you and told you to say you're a weirdo molester. That's not funny. No, it's not. You're supposed to hurt people. I never hurt anybody. You're supposed to flash people. I've never flashed anybody. And you're supposed to done da 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 da. I never talked to anybody, and I never did that either. The thought some sexual predator was preying on me, and Dave saying he hired that sexual predator on his own, on his own, on his own, to stalk me. He sold sex traffic videos of me online, with me and him in bed, me in the shower, altered ones, and a sextortion scheme of photoshopping and washing, I've heard. And then he's even sold even people have showed up. No, this is funny. They sold those kids going potty online. We all know they did. He's sex trafficked kitty porn. Him and that Pete. He also, they drugged me, and where I was being so sick, I stutter when I get upset. I have a head injury. My skull, I have a dent in the back. They bashed me in the back of the head 12/21/18, beat and raped me and left me for dead. And a direct attempt to murder. Okay? If you watch it, it's horrible. I actually have a dent. I stutter when I get upset. If I smoke, I don't stutter as bad. But it's part of post-traumatic syndrome, and then I get upset. And because they bashed me in the back of the head and I have a dent, I stutter when I get upset. I stutter real bad. And if I smoke, it cuts the stuttering down. But I quit smoking again. So I'm back to stuttering when I get upset. Okay. But where I was throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, severe migraine, and bruises I couldn't explain, muscle pain, and infected, and where I was getting sick on drinks and waking up with marks that look like injection marks. They were drugging me up and telling me to say all that crazy crap. I never talked to anybody, and I never had anybody in my home. I used to run for the bathroom and throw up or have diarrhea from the horror of thought of somebody violating me that bad. Now I'm to the point, if you want to confess, we can get a cop and they will put you in jail. Dave was to be arrested for having me kidnapped, attempted murder, human trafficked, raped. You can't rape somebody no matter what. You can't human traffic somebody no matter what. You can't sex traffic videos of somebody no matter what. You can't sell kitty porn no matter what. And you can't do a sextortion scheme of photoshopping a shower scene and roofie confessions, and stalking tapes aren't admissible. And you can't hire someone to stalk somebody on your own, nor can you look at them. And are they credible? No, everything's digital. Words to sentences can be altered and retaped over. I've talked to people that actually do it. They say they can do it, and it's super easy. They can also Photoshop you washing in the other room. They can even click and paste your head on somebody else's body, and while you have the actions of washing, they can even put clothes on you so you look crazy. See, that's where when you realize by the second week up there, I'm even almost passing out in front of the neighbor. I'm going to Altman Family Physicians. I don't know what's wrong with me. And they're treating all the symptoms of being drugged, beaten, raped. And they're not putting it together because I didn't see anybody. And when I told them what was supposed to have been happening, and that they had hired people to break in and drug me and beat and rape me, and that's why I was infected, and that's why I had bruises and muscle pain and a headache. They were drugging me up and supposed to tell me to say crazy crap like that. and raping me. They're like, your ex-husband's a vile, sick animal. How can you look at these people but vile, sick animals? Preying on people in their homes. They're vile, sick animals. I've never talked to anybody. I was tortured between July and September 19 in protective custody. I finally, with being smothered, I finally just said whatever they wanted. Before I passed out, they had drugged me and I couldn't move and I was paralyzed while they were drug beating, raping me, and smothering me. I don't even know what I confessed to. I could be anything. Car thief, jewel thief, bank robber. I don't know. It's quite horrifying. Like they said in Hartville, they could have beat her to death. And here they were doing it under drugs before. Okay? This time they made sure I knew it. Okay? So I'd never forget. All right. Now, when I went through having the bruises, throwing up, heart racing, all that stuff, and almost passing out in front of people, and it kept happening, and then seen by the doctor, then, Dave bragging that he hired men to kill me, then I hang up on Terry's phone call of the church that's taking up $25,000 for that pathetically mentally ill family. Do you realize how big of a baby they are? Pathetic babies, mentally ill. And if you look at them but anything but mentally ill, you're stupid. Because she was thinking she was sick while we were grieving 15 years ago. Our minister said so. So we hired people to drug, beat, and rape her. Psychopaths. You can't hurt somebody because somebody just said something about somebody. And a baby lie of faking was a documented medication error. Documented medication error. Documented medical malpractice. Almost killed me. Huh? And that minister making up that shitty lie, and that pathetic family, her father kills her kid, and an arrogant stunner running a stop sign into a semi. And Strange makes up a shitty lie on me 6 months later just to get rid of me real quick. And they want to hire people to drug, beat, and rape me, destroy me, or try to kill me because they were grieving. And they're so arrogant. They have to hurt somebody because they were grieving 15 years ago. And that agent not looking at them, that they were playing them, and that they're serial killers just trying to make up excuses to kill people. And to have him drug, beat, and raped, and he's not that smart. That he's that stupid. How many hundreds of thousands did they set in front of him? Because how could you even keep a straight face? Oh, come on now. You're playing me. You're just trying to hurt this woman. You can't hurt her no matter what. I know somebody that her husband spent 20 years in jail, came home, found his sister. Some guy had raped her and cut her up, and she was bleeding out with her dying breath, told him who did it, and he ran out and found the motherfucker and beat him to death. And he ended up in jail for 20 years. Why? Because he can't kill someone himself. He was to call 911. Let the police handle it. You cannot take the law into your own hands. So why would they be allowed to have me drug, beat, and rape because somebody said a shitty lie on me? They wouldn't. They paid the motherfucker off. They paid Will and John off. Everybody's, we all know that idiot stole your money. Then go online to the Department of Justice, the CIA, the NSA, and like a cop said, if this is what's going on and they didn't give you your money and they left you there and they opened a case, they're his first victim, and you're not the only one. They have stole from other cases and they're filtering it down other way, and there's a lot of victims out there. And they're making up excuses not to pay people and stealing the money. Like an attorney said. See, they don't have an attorney. They lied to people they had an attorney. Oh, because they're supposed to direct her and told her to say this. They're going to get money for kids. We're all helping out. Kids don't get money for that. And why would they get it anyways? See, they lied for people just to participate. They don't have an attorney. They don't have an attorney. I talked to a real attorney. Nobody had to write my home before. Huh? Nobody had to write my home. Nobody had to write my home. They're just lying to people to help out. Oh, we're supposed to help get money for children. You're never going to get money for children unless you give me money, and then I'm going to spend it on them. They don't have an attorney. They don't have an attorney. It's a drug dealer framing you so that you help out and for your stupidity. Because a judge will look at them and you had no right in her home. And they'd all go to jail. Like a real attorney said, a criminal attorney, they had no right in your home. And they had no right watching you. Huh? My whole family spoke highly of me. I taped my grandsons. I've never done anything bad or wrong to you. That's the truth. My other granddaughters, the same thing. My sons, my daughter-in-laws spoke highly of me. My son spoke highly of me. My ex-husband defends me. My one set of grandkids during the case were friends with Michelle, one of the drug cartel girls that Dave was dating. Huh? It just happens to be the hired hitman's daughter that was drug beating, raping me. Huh? That I found out that was one of my rapists. Huh? Made up some mean games of pretend in the basement because they wanted the house for Auntie Shell and Papa and Grandma to get out. And they made everything up to Flora. Flora, my other granddaughter, ratted them out October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. They were games of pretend. To a bunch of adults. She was 7. She didn't understand. And on Thanksgiving of 18, they made everything up. Dave and I talk about them lying. And that they were only going to do it because I was going to move out. That even John said that. On Thanksgiving of 18, John defends me. Mom, oh, they're just going to make everything up because you're going to move out and go through a divorce. Melissa's just going to have him make up something. Don't worry about it. She could never have him say anything bad. She'll probably have the church people make up something too. But nobody could ever say anything bad about your mom. My whole family spoke very highly of me. So that's where on September 22nd, 23, an investigator followed me around. What are these people doing? We looked her up. She's an informant. The worst thing she ever did wrong was bend over improperly and they only seen the back of her knees. Her whole family spoke highly of her. And the one set of grandkids only made up everything for that one girl to get the house and everything. And it was documented some old man was drugging her up before. What are these people doing? What are you doing? I've never been questioned. I've never been questioned. I only got sick on drinks and I had black and blue marks. It's a big fraud scheme. Even an attorney said it is. It's a big fraud scheme. Prosecutor's office is a big fraud scheme. They don't have an attorney. Nobody does. Like the police said, it's documented mean jokes. That's it. They just wanted the house for that girl. And she didn't even get it. Dave left it behind. They did all this in vain. All this in vain. He left his furniture, his guns, left everything in vain. Ran for another country thinking he's going to get arrested because they admitted they bribed a federal agent. It's 15 years. They already admitted they were drug beating, raping me to a federal agent. He didn't arrest them. He could go back and put those charges on him. And for bribing him. And like they said, he could turn around on him real quick. That he did it to get the drug dealers. I like my money. Police in Marshall, my case got thousands of bad guys. Fentanyl king. Man impersonating prince from Africa. A hired killer. Drug dealers didn't show up last night. Some guys walk by my apartment. I keep having my mom drive by and she's got the doors blocked. We can't get to her. Told you I figured that's what was going on. That's why I have my doors blocked, sweetie. That agent on a recorded line admitted he talked to everyone before he talked to me. I went through it. People were screaming last night. They need to arrest him for it. Listen to the recorded line. People have walked into Walmart in Belden in the fall. I can go back through my notes. I put it on Facebook. Keep a log of everything that's happening. And I said we looked it up. Will did say he met with all those people. Other people in different stores and Big Lots and other places. It's not funny. Will bullied her into saying she was faking she was sick. He tried to act like he bullied her into saying something dirty. And was faking she was sick. And then bullied her into saying she was lying. We knew she wasn't. And we knew what was wrong with her. None of this is funny. And he's trying to say he bullied her into something dirty. And that's all he bullied her. Oh, people were complaining everywhere. Turn him in. He's not allowed to bully people. He's not allowed to. He also admits he met with all those people. Like they said, it's ridiculous. He does admit that he met with all those people. And that he talked to everyone before me. I gotta go. I gotta upload this. But everybody turn him in. This is just the drug cartel down here. Nobody has an attorney but me. And mine's a criminal attorney. And I spoke to him. And I'll tell you what. Our sitting judge would put every one of these people in jail. But yeah, they lied to people. They lied left and right. They told people they took their stocking tapes of photoshopping and washing and date rape drug confessions, entered them in court, didn't tell me, found me guilty, and I had charges and nobody told me. And they fell for that. They're passing out stupid bills, right? Like we have no legal system. I found this cute little sticker on Facebook of Snoopy hiding in the little bird Woodstock's little nest, and he scrunched way down and says, "Shh, I'm hiding from stupid people." Put on my Facebook. Really do need to hide from stupid people. They were threatening to take me out with a single shot a month ago. They were threatening my life in several places. They usually threaten and then they wait. And then they get me. And they try again. So that you're on edge and you're watching. Like that guy said, that lady that's blown in front of my apartment is one of those guys' mom. They're trying to figure out how to get me.